the Beesmas Files. What you guys are seeing over here is a really serious matter, because we have an entire Beesmas timeline, what everything has happened and why we are still waiting for Beesmas Part 2. It is apparently revealed. But anyway, as you guys are seeing over here, we do start off with B-Bear being really evil. Don't trust him. Don't trust what he says. But anyway, as you're seeing, on the 26th of December last year was when Beesmas released, and it was kind of just a normal release. Same for most things that you're going to see here. I mean, a lot of people noticed every single update is never finished, because this one launched with nearly all Beesmas quests apart from B-Bear and stuff. And for example, a really freaky honey day. This is kind of crazy. Not really sure what's going on there, but yeah. Then on the 16th of January, as you're seeing, the first update of 2026, we actually got Beesmas Part 2, which was crazy. Since On It did finally have dinner with his family, as he was talking about here. He released loads of things, bunch of additions, like more B-Bear quests, Polar Bear, Riley B, Bucko, and everything. But then, this is the main, or one of the main things. The first honey day actually released on the 19th of January, as you are seeing. And one of the main things is actually the word thirst. Gotta pay close attention to that. Really close attention to the word thirst. But anyway, though, this was released for the Discord million code, being the anniversary for hitting 1 million Discord members, which is kind of crazy. I didn't think this would even happen, but it did. And then we got something interesting, because apparently there was a leak of a Black Hive crown skin. Kind of crazy. Another code and stuff on the 30th, but apparently on the 17th of January, we had, yeah, I don't really know. Something was going on it was going through it. Let's just say that. This might be one of the main reasons as well, actually. Can't count that out. Low-key don't know what was going on. Anyway, the third, and you got to pay attention to that, third honey day was released. This Beesmas, including the Hive claim one, actually. And this was the 4 billion anniversary code. But then, things actually take a dark turn after the Beast One birthday, after everything. And overall, they take a dark turn because there is no work being done. Potentially showing Beesmas Part 2 may just get extended and not really any update with it. Because as you are seeing, February, and then the first thing was on March 18th, and nothing really after. Because 1st of April, happy April Fools. Well, is it really an April Fool? Because I think On It forgot that it's only supposed to last one day, the April Fools, not the entire month. Because Beesmas got extended for another 30 days, right? Because the timer was ending. But the only problem is, so Beesmas Part 2, things are apparently still not finished, and that he's still working on the remaining quests. But he went to bed soon. So there's either a chance he thinks April Fools last the entire month. There's either a chance he's still asleep. There's either a chance, yes. Because if you go to the 10th of April, a few things actually started happening. On It kept updating, working on Beesmas Part 2. Good signs were really just happening then. But a small delay at the same time, usually nothing really too much, just another delay like every single Beesmas. But things get crazier. If you do actually look right over here, on the 15th of April, the last time On It was online and had any activity. Because it is currently the 21st of April today. And Beesmas is ending soon again. In 9 days, 12 hours, 44 minutes, and 22 seconds. And the worst part is, well, On It hasn't said anything. But we may have found why this is even happening. We may have found why the honey day code isn't here. Beesmas Part 2 still isn't out. Why Beesmas Part 2 didn't release instantly. So, well, let me tell you guys the real true reason of the Beesmas Files. Because, as you guys are aware, we did celebrate the Beast One birthday about a month ago. And for that, a few things happened. Of course, we had some admin abuse, whatever. But we didn't get the code for it. As you guys do know, On It does not like having a really OP codes running at once, like multiple. And we already have the Hive Claim one running, but also the Fortunate code running as well, which gives the honey day 2. Now, On It actually publicly mentioned this and said it is most likely going to stay up another month. Although it was supposed to end whenever Beesmas ends, On It did say that the code is most likely staying up for another month because so much people were wondering what's going to happen to it and everything. But basically, as I was literally talking about a second ago with On It doesn't like having multiple things up, my theory is that what is most likely happening right now now is On It is waiting, of course, for the timer to end. On It knew he wasn't going to release Beesmas Part 2 at the start of April already because he was like, damn, bro, I still got this code active and there's also a birthday code I want to release. I can't because the other one's here already, and he knows that would be way too OP for alt accounts, for anything and anything. So what On It is really doing to not line up all those codes at once is, as I've said, literally just waiting out until the Beesmas timer ends once again. Was working a few times. He's most likely going to drop Beesmas Part 2 at once, removing the fortunate code, adding in the birthday code, have that one rather than just keeping the same old one that everybody has used now, unless you're building up an alt, which is why it would be so OP because you would line it up. But anyway, he's most likely just waiting for that to remove the other one, as it's been enough time with it really to add in this new one. I mean, it literally just makes sense. There is no other way and no other reason on why you would just wait this much time. And it lines up too because he literally said, I'm giving it probably another month. And I know probably is not 100%, but it is realistically the only thing that currently makes sense on why this is taking so long and on why Beesmas and B-Bear has made Beeswarm dry. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This really get deep, huh? This really get deep. The Beesmas Files are real. Let me just tell you guys that.